Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Carol. And for those of you who do know me, I am videotaping from my nephew's house today where I used to live because I'm here checking on all of the animals. And this little one here is Bobo. She's my little snowball, and now I've got kitty hair in my face. Anyway, I started a video about a week ago talking about how the dark energies were targeting a lot of the light workers, and I didn't have a chance to finish it, so I'm just going to sum it up in this video. But what I also wanted to talk about in this video is about what is going to be coming up, what's happening now with the energies and what's going to be coming in. So the dark energies have been targeting us to try and get us to stop doing what we're doing. And everybody, all of us are feeling it in different ways. The best video out there right now that gives you a really good example about how one light worker experienced it is Yara's channel. So I'm going to post a link to that video in the description box below so that you can check it out yourself and see all the comments on it. Because when it was first happening a couple of weeks ago, I thought it was just me. Excuse me, I've got all this cat hair now. I thought it was just me that they were targeting. I didn't realize that they were targeting everybody else until I saw Yara's video and then also heard all the comments on her, read all the comments on her channel. Anyhow, they have been using the ethers, the psychic highway, to target us. And what they have been doing is they have been putting thoughts and feelings out there that have made us question what we're doing and whether or not we wanted to do it anymore. Because if they can stop us from putting out the message and getting people to stay in a positive space and to understand what's going on, then they're going to have control over the rest of the population and those people who are just now waking up. So it's important for you to know that so that when you start to feel like that, putting on good music that will help take you out of your head. So you want to stay out of your head during those times, okay? Right now, it's not as strong as it was a couple of weeks ago. So, and prayer or meditation or mantras will really help. We're all in this together, and we're not all being attacked at exactly the same time and getting these thoughts of we don't matter and we don't need to do this anymore. So what that means is that those of us who are in a good space when the others are being focused on, those light workers are able to keep a positive vibe up and focus out for the rest of us. So, for instance, the way that you would deal with that is if you're in a good space and you think about things that are going on, just send a little bit of positive energy, a loving thought to all the rest of us, to all of the light workers. And if we do that, if we remember to do that when we're in a good space, it'll help everybody else who's going through an attack at that moment. And for those of you who are new to all this, don't freak out on that word attack, and don't freak out on the idea that the dark side is coming after us, because they really don't have a lot of sway over us unless we let them. So you just have to work on your faith and your belief and knowing that we're going to be fine. We're all going to do really good. We're going to have harrowing moments from time to time, and think about quitting all of the work that we're doing. But we'll get through it. We'll get through it. This too shall pass. So just remember that. Tell that to yourself when you are in that space. Tell yourself, this too shall pass. So about a week ago, I had they keep coming after me on and off. And so I have sleepless nights, and I feel like things are crawling on me, and then I have to get up and I have to say a prayer, and I have to tell them to get out of here. And if they do it while I'm awake, I find myself, I know when it's happening because I find myself falling into really negative thoughts about people or things or places or ideas, concepts, everything that's going on, etc. And it's really important for all of us to stay in a positive space as much as we can. So even with all of the stuff that's going on with the virus and people at odds with each other, having different ideas and beliefs and viewpoints, and sometimes it can feel like we're banging our heads against a cement wall because nobody's really listening. So don't let yourself get pulled into the emotionalism of those moments. So when you catch yourself going there into negative thoughts and wanting to fight back, just say, nope, not me, not doing it, and they'll go away. So they tried that on me about a week and a half ago as I was leaving here, because things aren't quite up to par here the way that I left them when I moved out of here. And so I found myself getting very upset with my nephew and thinking very negative thoughts. And I caught myself and I told him, nope, not doing this. You're out of here. Bye. And it was gone. And that was done. And I heard my guide say something, a little giggle, and say that I was a tough cookie. And I just responded with a laugh and said, yep, a lot tougher than what they thought. So anyhow, keep that in mind for yourselves. Do not let them pull you in, no matter what. Family arguments, arguments with friends, feeling like you're being betrayed, feeling like you don't matter anymore, feeling like you're being attacked. Do not let that pull you in, because that energy will call them in even more, and it will take you down a spiral. And it will be very difficult to come out of that if you allow yourself to go too far. So, best thing to do is to catch it when it's happening and tell them, nope, not playing that game. And then turn on the radio or sing a song or watch a movie or something, but get out of your head. Okay, so enough about the dark energies and how they're coming after us. So another thing that I want to mention and is about Yara, whose video I'm going to put a link to in the description box below, and Michelle, who is also another light worker and brings messages through. And so neither of them know this, so hello to both of you, Yara and Michelle, because I have not had a chance to tell you two about this. But I did have a dream a couple of weeks ago that I did briefly mention to Yara. And in that dream, I can't really remember the dream itself, but I woke up with the understanding that many of us are getting pertinent information about what's happening right now, and we're getting information in groups, like in pods, and we're getting different information because there's so much going on. And for one person to get all of the information can be difficult for that person, for that human being, to grasp all the ideas behind it and to bring it all forward to share with everybody else. So in my little pod, apparently it includes Yara and Michelle, because my understanding as I was waking up was that we are each getting a third of the information. And I know that Yara does a lot with fractals, and I'm not really even sure how that works. But what I'm hoping to do very soon here is to get the three of us on a Zoom video or something where we can share our information for all of you, and then see what comes out of that. But in the meantime, until that happens, because we all have our individual lives to attend to, until that does happen, I'm going to put a link to their videos in the description box below. I already mentioned one of Yara's videos, and I'll put a link to Michelle's channel in the description box below, so that you can go and check out their channels and see what it is that they're saying. Because the way I understand it is, if we put all of our information together, the three of us, we will get a much clearer picture as to what is actually happening now and what is coming up. Okay, so that's the second thing I wanted to talk to you about. The last thing that I want to talk to you about is about what's coming up and what's going on with the energies right now as I understand it. So, and keep in mind that when we get our information, the information is filtered through our consciousness, our conscious awareness, and the experiences that we've had this lifetime and past lifetimes. So, the way that I understand it is that we are now going into the eye of the storm. So I had dreams and visions and was getting information that that a storm was coming. And then the virus broke out and all this other stuff started to happen with that. So we are in the storm. But what is happening right now, starting mid-May, we're already approaching the eye of the storm, but starting mid-May, we will be in the eye of the storm. And in the eye of the storm, the eye of the twister, the eye of the tornado, etc., things are very calm in that space. And they're very calm, it's very quiet, it has almost a sense of surrealness to it. And what will happen with the vast majority of the people, of human beings, is that they're going to be lulled into this false sense of security, that it's all over with, it's all done, and they're all going to go back to their lives. But in actuality, what's going to happen is that somewhere near the end of August, early fall, is we're going to come out of the eye of the storm and we're going to go right back into the storm, and things are going to start whipping up again. Now, don't freak out on that. You want to be aware of what it is that you're doing now and that this is getting ready to happen, but you don't want to freak out on it, okay? This is all being divinely orchestrated, and it's a mass awakening. The mass awakening helps all of us, the more people that are awake to what's going on and what's coming in, and that we are more than meets the eye, that we're more than just our physical bodies. The more people that wake up to that, the easier the transition is into the fourth and fifth dimensions. So we want a mass awakening. As many of you know, that when you start your awakening process, the majority of the time, things have to blow up in your face in order for you to stop and look and think about how you've been living your life and who you are and what's happening. So that this is happening the way it is because we need a mass awakening. So this is divinely orchestrated, even though it's divinely orchestrated, it is the powers, the forces of the dark that are trying to also control us and work their dark little tendrils into our lives and keep us from moving forward. So they don't want this to happen for us, but it's going to, and it's going to be just fine. It's already been seen. It's already been foreseen. Myself and all of the channelers that I know of that have been picking up on this for a long time all agree it's already a done deal. It's going to be fine, but we still have to go through the steps. So during this time period that we're in the eye of the storm, mid-May through late August, early fall, things are very quiet and seemingly calm for the most part. So what you want to do during that time is to sanctify yourself and your space. And what I mean by that is to build your faith. And whatever it is that you believe in, this divine, benevolent, higher order that we are all aspiring towards, build your faith in that and create a space of peace and faith for yourself so that when things kick back in again, you're prepared for it. So ask your guidance systems. And if you are just starting this process and you're not sure who or what your guidance is, just say your prayers, do your meditations, use mantras, but you have to ask, okay? This is key. The dark side will come in and they'll just tell you what to do or what not to do or give you advice without you asking for it. But the side of the light and that those beings that are here to help us grow spiritually and to make this leap into higher dimensions, they're not here to take over our free will, to tell us what to do. But they are here to give us whatever help and advice that they can, as long as we ask for it. And if you say, so I have been saying my entire life that the most important thing for me is to do what I came here to do, what I was born to do, so that I can complete this mission and move on. That has always been in the forefront for me, above and beyond relationships, etc. So they know that no matter what is happening in my life, that there is there is a standing open invitation for them to assist me. So if they have to hit me over the head to get me to pay attention, they already have my permission and my request for that. So you can also do that for yourself if you would like. But we need to ask for their assistance. So keep that in mind, and that's what you want to be doing during this eye of the storm. Building that place, that sanctuary, sanctifying yourself and your home, understanding what it is that you want to do, where you're going with this as best as you can, so that when we come out of the eye of the storm, you're not taken by surprise, and you have a sanctuary and solid foundation to be in when everything else starts to go up in flames and get all tumultuous all over again. So during this time period, familiarize yourself with all the different things that are going on. And don't buy into anything. Just be familiar with it. Know what's going on. Educate yourself. See if you can feel where the truth is. And if something doesn't feel quite right but you can't put your finger on it, that's okay. Just pay attention, because right now things are so discombobulated that it's really hard for anybody to see exactly what the truth is, and that's fine. Just stay aware and stay in your faith and in your center and your connection to the divine and your desire to grow in your understanding of who you are and your connection to the Creator. So when we come out of this and back into this storm, a lot of things are going to start happening, and it's going to get quite confusing. The other side is going to make a big power play, and you're going to have to make decisions. And I'm not going to go into what the power play is going to be or what decisions you're going to have to make. All you need to know is that the other side, the dark side, is going to make a big power play. A couple of them, as I understand, maybe even 3. But they're going to make a power play, and so you're going to have to make decisions. And that's why you want to familiarize yourself with everything that's going on right now, so that you can make decisions based on what you know and understand and your faith. Do not make your decisions out of fear or worry. Keep your faith alive and strong, and be aware of what's going on, because knowledge is power. Ignorance is bliss, but it is also what will get you into trouble. Okay, so you're watching this video, you're already waking up. So you already took the pill, red pill, blue pill, whichever one it is, but the one that takes you down the rabbit hole, you already took that pill. So you're going down the rabbit hole. You no longer have the option of being ignorant to everything that's going on. So do your research, watch the videos. There are a lot of Magenta Pixie has really good things out there too. David Wilcock has some good stuff out there. Please, when you're watching all these different videos out there, remember, this is not a political agenda. They are using politics and the virus as a vehicle to get to us. But that is not what this is all about. So, do the best that you can to not get pulled into the political side of things. The politics is being used as a vehicle, but that is not what this is all about. So stay believing whatever party you are. Personally, me, I'm an independent, and I don't really even vote because I don't buy into all that stuff. Different story, another time. Anyway, so don't allow yourself to get pulled into the party politics, and don't allow yourself to get pulled into the dogma of various religions and the whole racial thing. Don't let them pull you in, because they're targeting your emotional responses in order to pull you in. Okay, so that's the best thing I can tell you to keep you safe, is not to allow your emotions to get pulled in. Don't let them pull you in like that, because that's when you become vulnerable. So do your best to stay out of that. Stay out of your head. Read, watch, listen, understand as much as you possibly can while we're in the eye of the storm, so that when we come out of it, you'll be able to make your decisions based on what you have learned and understand, and you feel inside of you to be the truth. So when it all starts to hit the fan again, you'll be better equipped to make whatever decisions that you might have to make. Remembering that it is not to be done out of fear or worry, concern. Everything is right on track. It's going the way that it's supposed to. It's all going to be fine. But we each, as individuals, have to make our own decisions. Okay? That's part of the awakening process. That's part of the ascension process. So in my description box below, I'm going to put a link to Yara, I'm going to put a link to Michelle, and I'm going to put a link to Magenta Pixie. She has really good information. If you watch some of her videos and you can't follow her, or if she can sometimes get more wordy than I can get, then please just comment on one of my videos, and I'll be happy to answer your questions for you. Okay, I love you all very much. I tried to put this video live, but unfortunately, I can't do it through my cell phone. So I'm going to have to upload this and then put all the descriptions, etc. later when I get home to my computer. Love you all. Be safe. Have fun. Enjoy life. Get some sunshine. All right. Love you. Bye.